How many of those just went past? That was 3 days of your life, in 10 seconds. Now I want you to think about last week. What do you actually remember? Not the highlights, not the moments you'd post. What did you do with the hours? Seneca asked this question 2,000 years ago, and the answer he found should terrify you. Not because time is short, but because it isn't. Lucius Annaeus Seneca was born around 4 BC in Cordoba, Spain, then part of the Roman Empire. He became the most powerful man in Rome who wasn't the emperor. As advisor to Nero, he helped run an empire of 40 million people. He was a playwright, a philosopher, a statesman. He was also, by his own admission, one of the greatest hypocrites who ever lived. He wrote extensively about the dangers of wealth, and was one of the richest men in Rome. He wrote about the pointlessness of political ambition, while serving at the highest levels of political power. And that is exactly why you should listen to him. Because Seneca is not a saint preaching from above. He is a man in the arena, flawed, powerful, aware of his contradictions, who still managed to write the most important words about time ever committed to paper. He called it De Brevitate Vitae, on the shortness of life. He was not writing for posterity. He was writing to his father-in-law, Paulinus, a man drowning in administrative work. But what he wrote reached across 2,000 years, and it's reaching for you right now. Seneca opens with one of the most disruptive sentences in the history of philosophy. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a great deal of it. Sit with that. We don't have a time shortage. We have a time allocation problem. Your ancestors lived shorter lives. No electricity, no medicine, no modern convenience. And somehow, they built the Colosseum. They wrote the Aeneid. They conquered continents. You have 24 hours, indoor plumbing, and a device that can answer any question in history in 0.3 seconds. What are you building? Seneca continues. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements. If it were all well invested. He's not talking about money. He's talking about attention, about where your mind goes, about what you choose to do with the hours you are alive. Seneca watched senators spend their entire careers waiting for a position that would give them time to finally live. He watched wealthy men plan elaborate futures they would never reach. He watched people, including himself, give the best hours of their day to things that gave nothing back. And he named it for what it was, the voluntary surrender of your life. Seneca identified 3 categories of people who waste their lives. See if you recognize yourself in any of them. First, the absorbed. These are people consumed by endless busyness. Meetings, obligations, other people's agendas. Always busy, never purposeful. They mistake motion for progress. They will tell you they have no time, while spending 3 hours on content that gives them nothing. Busyness is the thief that steals your life while making you feel productive. Second, the indulgent. People who chase pleasure as if pleasure is the point. Not rest. Rest is essential. Not joy. Joy is necessary. The endless loop of entertainment, comfort, distraction. Seneca saw Romans spend fortunes building banquets and elaborate games. Today, we have something worse. Unlimited entertainment in the palm of your hand. The escape that never runs out. The indulgent man dies having felt a great deal and built nothing. Third, this one cuts deepest. The ambitious. People so focused on the next goal, the next achievement, the next level, that they forget to live in the time that's actually available. I'll slow down when I hit this milestone. I'll be present when this deal closes. I'll enjoy life once I've made it. Seneca's verdict: postpone nothing. Balance today's books. He was speaking to himself as much as anyone, and he never quite succeeded, but he never stopped trying, which is perhaps the whole point. So what's the answer? Seneca gives it, and it's simpler than any productivity system you've ever tried. Omnia aliena sunt, tempus tantum nostrum est. All things are foreign to us. Time alone is ours. Everything else, status, money, health, other people, can be taken. Will be taken, eventually. Time once spent is the only thing you can never get back. So, the Stoic relationship with time is this. Treat every hour as if you chose it. Not as if it happened to you. Not as if you stumbled into it. as if you selected it deliberately from all available options. Because you did, Seneca calls this living philosophically, not in the academic sense, but in the literal sense, making your choices based on what you actually value, not what your phone notification wants, not what your social circle expects, not what the algorithm rewards. What you, in your deepest self, believe matters. He writes, "The part of life we really live is small. All the rest of existence is not life, but merely time. How many of your hours are life, and how many are merely time?" Here is the exercise Seneca will give you today. Not a productivity hack, not a time-blocking system, a reckoning. At the end of today and before you sleep, write down the 5 biggest things you gave your time to. Then ask for each one, was this life, or was this merely time? Not a judgment, an honest accounting. Because Seneca's promise is this: the man who does this consistently, who sees clearly where his hours go, who brings even small parts of his time back from waste into purpose, that man will feel at the end that his life was long. Not because he lived more years, but because he lived more of his years. Seneca died in 65 AD, ordered to take his own life by the emperor he had served. He did it calmly, philosophically, without drama. His friends wept. He told them to stop, to find their own equanimity, because he had done the work, and he was ready. The question Seneca leaves you is not, are you ready to die? It's, are you ready to live? Ancient fire, modern strength. Subscribe. Stay in the fire.